Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to your Lunch Break Live. My name is Ivana Harinkyu if you're new here, and if you're not, thank you for coming back. Today is October the 8th. It is Friday, and we're talking about something today that might can give you something to do this weekend if you are looking for some plans in the Magic City. Today, I am joined by Birmingham's Director of Innovation and Economic Opportunity, Cornell Wesley, and Cornell is here today to talk a little bit about the Morehouse-Tuskegee Classic that is coming to Legion Field tomorrow evening. Now, this is a big game. This is the 85th Morehouse-Tuskegee Classic. It is the oldest HBCU classic and one of the longest running NCAA Division II classics as well. So big game coming to Birmingham tomorrow. Cornell, tell us a little bit about the classic and how it made its way to Birmingham. Neither of these two schools are Birmingham based. So tell us how Legion Field landed this game.
Well, we have a wonderful mayor. I mean, let's just start and call it what it is. Mayor Woodfin is a Morehouse alum, and he's obviously a visionary. And so when the opportunity presented itself, he having existing relationships and assembling the appropriate team within the city government system, it just became a really good fit. And again, from a context standpoint, Birmingham is known nationally and internationally for civil rights and it being ignited here. So what better place for the oldest of all the HBCU classics to be housed other than this wonderful city that we call Birmingham?
Now, this is a big thing for Birmingham to land. These are two very big schools, and again, the oldest HBCU classic. I believe it's actually called the granddaddy of the classics. Right. That is happening tomorrow, and you yourself are a Morehouse grad. So, tell us a little bit about the classic and just what it's like going to that game, and how excited you are for it to be in Birmingham. I know you're a Birmingham native.
That's right. Well, I'm excited for our community. You know, I'm somewhat jaded in that I actually have the lived experience, having gone to Morehouse and been a participant in those games. And so what you're going to expect is somewhat of a homecoming feel. Many of our HBCUs have had to cancel things due to COVID, and we're hopefully using this as an opportunity to reintroduce the homecoming experience. We have the space to be safe at Legion Field. We will have vaccination sites there. You cannot enter the field without your mask, but that doesn't mean you can't have an amazing time. And so it's going to include all of those ingredients that you will see at a great game. There will be tailgating. So grills will be hot and hot dogs will be cooked. Music will be played and DJs will be spinning records. And then you will have a football game happening inside the stadium. So you will have inside the stadium, outside the stadium, all of those great collisions that will happen, and you'll see all the hugs that you miss from over the last 24 months. So we're truly excited about it, and I'm excited for our city.
Well, and you mentioned tailgating, and that's something that has just kind of come back this fall. Most schools did not allow tailgating last year during the football season because of COVID. So this is a big deal to have tailgating back at Legion Field. We know that, again, last year was not allowed, and then the year before that, it was, but things have been just a little bit weird, as you mentioned, for the last 2 years. So big deal to get those big tailgates back. And Legion Field is a great tailgating location. I know people that may have never been to a game at Legion Field, whether that be a UAB game, to a Magic City Classic. You might not know, but Legion Field has a great space for tailgating and a lot of space as well.
And that's the attraction, right? We're expecting anywhere between 15 to 20,000 to attend this inaugural event here in Birmingham. But we're probably expecting, maybe an equal amount outside of the game as well. And uniquely, as you mentioned, the space available at Legion Field allows us to keep our safety in mind. You can literally be spread out and ensure that you're not on top of each other as we continue to transition out of the pandemic.
Well, and you mentioned earlier when I asked you about how Birmingham got this game, you mentioned Legion Field being historic, and we know that Legion Field is a historic site. We also know that Birmingham is now home to a brand new stadium that is Protective Stadium. The Blazers will actually be playing there tomorrow afternoon. So we have an afternoon game at Protective and then an evening game at Legion Field. If you got a lot of energy, you can do both. But Cornell, tell us why this game is at Legion Field rather than at the new Protective Stadium.
Well, really fundamentally, because the stadium wasn't complete. Well, a couple things. One, the stadium wasn't complete when the agreement was reached. Secondly, we're still in a pandemic. And so I think while Protective Stadium also has amazing amenities, the HBCU experience is really embedded in the tailgate experience as well. It's as equally important as the in-game experience. And I think for this year, the best venue for those sorts of interactions to take place would be Legion Field. Now, we want to honor both stadiums. We're a great town that has 2 NFL-ready stadiums. And so we're excited about what Protective is and will do and will mean for our future here in Birmingham. But we cannot forget about, the granddaddy of the stadiums, right? Legion Field, and what it means to that community and what it means to our city as well. So we want to continue to curate appropriate experiences and events there as well.
If the Morehouse-Tuskegee Classic comes back to Birmingham, do you expect it to be at Legion Field again, or do you expect it to move to Protective?
For the next 3 years, they will be at Legion Field. So we're excited about that.
And this is a big deal because these classics bring in a good amount of economic activity in the city. What do you expect the economic impact to be for this Morehouse-Tuskegee Classic?
Oh, just over $1.5 million for that game itself, based upon historical numbers. However, let's be clear, because there's a lot happening in our city that day. You've mentioned UAB football, but Miles College is homecoming right in Fairfield, and then there's the Tuskegee Morehouse game. And then there's what's happening in our state. Alabama A&M, Alabama State are all at home. I believe Auburn has a home game. It is a football-heavy weekend, and we anticipate a ton of new bodies in our state and in our community and in our city. And so we're prepared for it. We want to definitely give commendations to our police and fire and the support that they do, and our public works team. We're ready for it. We're eager to have it, and we look forward to the impact and all of that it would brings. I think I'd be remiss to say it's not just going to be that one game experience. With all of those things that are happening, I would estimate a couple $1 million worth of direct economic impact for sure.
If you did not go to Morehouse, if you did not go to Tuskegee and graduate from either of those schools, if you've never been to maybe an HBCU Classic, why should you go to the Morehouse-Tuskegee game tomorrow?
Because you're going to get if you're a football fan, if you're a fan of music and marching bands, if you've never seen a marching band perform on the field, that's a great way to experience it. And fundamentally, it's the culture, it's the texture, it's the feel. And so if you are stimulated by your senses, then there's something for you at the Tuskegee Morehouse game. Come have some great family food and fun, all of the F's that and it's something for everyone to be there and to have a safe experience.
And it looks like we're going to have beautiful weather for this game tomorrow, for all of the games happening in Alabama tomorrow. And again, I mentioned earlier you're a Morehouse grad, but I have to ask you what your favorite memory from this classic is.
Beating Tuskegee. That's my favorite memory. My junior year, we went to Tuskegee and lost the previous 3 years in a row, I believe, and won. And so, we're excited about it. We think we have really good chances on winning again on the morrow. And so that's definitely my fondest memory, being able to see our football team come out victorious.
Well, and I've got a comment here from somebody from Todd who says, look, it's worth going just to see the bands, just to see those marching bands like you mentioned earlier, which are incredible. Now, before I let you go, I need you to give us a little bit of a schedule. Tell us what's happening tonight and tell us what's happening tomorrow. We know that we're a little spoiled to that Magic City Classic parade that happens before that classic. So what can we expect leading up to tomorrow night's game?
Well, hopefully everyone who can hear us has RSVP to the soiree, the mayor's soiree, which takes place tonight at 8 p.m. at the Birmingham Museum of Art. On tomorrow, leading up to the game, you can actually begin your tailgate experience today and get there early in the morning and get your grill going. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. However, I believe we'll have some activities around 5 o'clock as well. So you should be able to enter the stadium a little bit early to get some in-stadium entertainment and be able to just interact with people already. So big event is tonight. Don't forget, again, Birmingham Museum of Art. the mayor's soiree. Hopefully you RSVP'd, and we're excited to see you tonight. Wear your best dress, or come dress best, however you say it.
Now, where can people get tickets and RSVP to that event as well, Cornell?
Go to the website, www.Morehouse-Tuskegee-Classic.com. Again, www.Morehouse-Tuskegee-Classic.com. A schedule of events can be found there, and you can purchase tickets. I will say, if you're in the downtown area, come to City Hall. Right outside, you'll see a food truck block party festival that's happening right now, and we are doing a special buy one, get one free ticket today if you pull up at City Hall. So pull up at City Hall, get your 2 for 1 on, and have some great food right outside on 20th Street.
Hey, I could even hear that before we started. I could hear all the fun outside. So, Cornell, we're going to let you go. Get downstairs, get to that fun. Again, that Morehouse-Tuskegee Classic is Saturday night. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. at Legion Field. I think we all know who you are rooting for, Cornell.
That's
but
right.
Good luck to both of those teams here. I'll be diplomatic and give everybody a good luck shout here. Cornell, thank you for giving us all the information. And everybody, again, make sure you tune into that tomorrow or any of the games that are happening around the state of Alabama. Cornell, thanks again. Everybody watching, thank you.
I appreciate you.
Have a safe and fun weekend. We'll see you on Monday.